Hey guys, Todd Helms out here with Eastmans Hunting Journals for a gear review today on the Sig Kilo10K-ABS HD Gen II. That's right, Gen II. They made this in a Gen 1, and I've run the Gen 1 for a couple of seasons, and there were some improvements that needed to be made to it. It was a great product, it was highly functional, but optical performance wasn't quite up to snuff of what a lot of people wanted. Sig listened to those demands and improved the Kilo10K-ABS HD Gen II by 95% in the optical performance category. Hey, while I got you here, drop down, mash that subscribe button, flip on that notifications bell so you get notified every time that we drop awesome gear reviews and other great content here on the Eastmans YouTube channel. So with that, let's jump right into this review on the Sig Sauer Kilo10K-ABS HD Gen II. Sig listened to the feedback that they got on the Gen 1, which the Gen 1 version of the 10K was a phenomenal product. It was a high performance product. It was packed with technological features that made it a very versatile and usable tool in the field, but the optical performance of it was a little bit lacking. The color wasn't quite up to snuff, and low light performance wasn't quite where Sig wanted it to be, or more like where their consumers wanted them to be. So going with all the feedback that they got on the Gen 1, they took all of the great performance features and upgraded the glass in these things. These have HDX glass in them, and they pop. My first impression when I pulled these out of the box, the performance of the glass was noticeable. It was incredibly bright. Colors were incredibly sharp and very true to life. The old version colors were kind of dim, and there was like a blue tint to everything. Sig did away with that. 95% increase in performance through optical quality. I would say it's probably higher than that, because these things, when I pulled them up and started glassing with them, I said, wow, that is so much better. That's incredible. So Sig, good for you for listening to your consumers, listening to the customer, and doing what you could do to take an already great product in the Gen 1s and make them that much better with the Gen 2s. What you're going to notice when you pick up the Gen 2s versus the Gen 1, you're going to notice a 95% increase in color accuracy and low light performance. 2 years ago on my mule deer hunt, I was running the Gen 1 version of these, and we were hunting at low light when I harvested that buck. And it was tough. It was the low light performance of the Gen 1s wasn't great. The Gen 2s, different ballgame. I'm out here in bright, hot sunshine today, and that is going to make my color accuracy pop. And I noticed that immediately. I got out here, I started glassing, and it was like, wow, all the color is very crisp, very clear, very accurate to what my naked eye is seeing. The low light performance I've done a little bit with, we're not hunting yet, but I've used these low light just to see how it goes. And it's right there with my rifle scope, which, if you know anything about low light optical performance, your binoculars usually fade out in low light faster than your rifle scope does. And it has to do with 2 optical tubes versus 1. With that said, I've been super impressed with the low light performance on these so far. I can't wait to put them to use in the field this fall. I personally love these for how one and done they are. These are literally just a one and done solution for bow hunters, but especially the rifle shooters, guys. If you guys are in the long range competition and you're hunters as well, this binocular is going to cover your needs across the board. I have 6 different ballistic profiles downloaded into this. All I had to do was connect this version with the Sig app, the BDX app, and it automatically uploaded all of my information for all the different rifles that I have. Now, ranging with these, 10K, you'd think, oh, it's to 10,000 yards. If you're tripoded up in perfect conditions, yeah, these will probably get you to 10,000 yards. I don't personally need to get to 10,000 yards, because anything over about 500 or 600, I'm going to stalk in and get closer, and I can easily get ranges beyond 3,000 yards off reflective objects. But now for some of the key features that Sig packs into this. One of the improvements that they added right on the housing of the binocular, there's windage adjustment. I can adjust my wind reads with these two toggle buttons right here on the side. That's a step up from the Gen 1. That wasn't available on that with the Gen 2. I've got my dope, I've got my ballistic drop, my elevation, and as we all know as hunters and shooters, elevation is math. It's mathematical calculation. Wind is voodoo. Just because the wind's doing something where I'm standing doesn't mean it's doing the same thing out there. But I can read environmental factors going on, like how the grass is moving, how vegetation's moving, maybe dirt swirling, to get a pretty good educated guess as to what it's doing. And with the Kilo10K-ABS HD Gen II, I can make my windage adjustments to my dope and my ballistic calculation right here on the unit. Guys, thanks to the Gen 2 Lightwave DSP ranging engine, this thing's even more powerful than its predecessor, which has been an impressive upgrade as well. Super powerful, super accurate ranging engine to give you fast and reliable dope every single time. One of the other things I love about the Kilo10K-ABS HD Gen II is the incredibly bright OLED or OLED display that's in here. It's red. I can change the crosshair, or I can change it to a crosshair. I can make it a circle. I can do lots of different things in here to customize my view through the binocular. I can also choose modes. I can choose 2 different BDX modes. I can choose an LOS mode or line of sight mode. I can select an AMR mode, which is angle modified range, to give me, instead of a straight line of sight to a target, I can get an angle modification in here that gives me a shoot to range, which is super handy. I run these in the BDX Elite mode to get all the performance that I can out of this unit. Another cool thing about the Kilo10K-ABS HD Gen II is it is compatible with Basemap, the Basemap navigational tool or app. I can hit a range and lock it in as a waypoint into Basemap. There's a full suite of features to these things. I would encourage you to go to Sig's website and look at the rundown on all of the features that are packed into this. I wanted to give you a rundown today of what I am most impressed with as your average hunter and shooter. That's pretty much a wrap on the Sig Kilo10K-ABS HD Gen IIs. Again, I would encourage you to go pick up a set wherever you can find them and decide for yourself, but I am impressed. You pack all of those performance features into this unit, all the things it can do, coupled with high-end HDX glass, home run, baby. Till next time, guys, we'll see you in the field.